Welcome to v-lrn Virtual Learning Network. Hindi alphabet, Hindi वर्णमाला. व्याख्यान 1, सेशन नंबर 1, Hindi वर्णमाला. Topics to be covered in this session: swar, vowels and its specification. Swar in Hindi, in English we call it vowels. Now let us study swar. A, I, E, U, Ri, E, O, Ao, Ang, A. Now let us study their specification. The first swar, the first vowel, A. A stands for anar. You can see the first letter, A. A is anar. In English we call it pomegranate. It's a fruit. You must have seen the fruit. In Hindi we call it anar. Anar. Next one, aam. In English we call it mango. Mango is again a famous fruit of India. You must have seen mango. In Hindi we call it aam. Imli. Imli in English called tamarind. Imli. Eek. In English we call it sugar cane, from which we get sugar, a plant from which we get sugar. In Hindi we call it eek. You can see the first letter, eek. In Hindi, ullu. In English we call it owl. It's a bird. In Hindi we call it ullu. Oon in English, wool, from which we make fabric. We wear sweaters in winters. This is a fabric from which we get sweaters. We make sweaters. This is called wool in English. In Hindi we call it oon. Oon. Ri is rishi. Rishi in English, sage. You must have seen sage. In Hindi we call it rishi. A means eri. Eri, you know, it's heel. The back part of our foot, that is called heel. In Hindi we call it eri. A say eri. In English it is heel. Next one is a say anak. Anak is what? Spectacles. You can see the picture. Spectacles we wear. It is in Hindi we call it anak. In English it is called spectacles. Odhni. Odhni is a stole, dupatta. We call it stole. In Indian wear, we usually wear stole. It's an Indian wear with suit, salwar, kameez. We wear stole. In Hindi we call it odhni. Odhni. Aurat, that means a woman. In English, women. Hindi we call it Aurat or Aurat. Ang se angur. It's again a fruit of India, famous fruit of India. Grapes. You must have eaten grapes. In Hindi we call it angur. Ang se angur. Aha. It is called aha. Further description of aha we'll do in later sessions. After swar, there are vyanjan also. The whole Hindi alphabet contains swar and vyanjan. As in English, we have vowels and consonants. Similarly, like vowels, A, E, I, O, U, there are sounds that resemble. They are called swar, that we have just studied right now. They are called swar. For consonants, we have vyanjan in Hindi. We call them as vyanjan. These are all vyanjan. Ka, kha, ga, gha, iya, cha, cha, ja, ja, ya, ta, tha, da, dha, ana, ta, tha, da, dha, na, pa, fa, ba, bha, ma, ya, ra, la, va, sha, sha, sa, ha, sha, tra, gya. These are all vyanjan. In English we have consonants. Similarly, like ka, it represents K or C. In Hindi we have ka for that. So we'll study the specification of all these consonants or vyanjan, but in the next session we have studied different swar in this session, that is vowels. You can revise these sounds of swar again and again to learn them better. Now some questions for you. Do it yourself. First question, write all vowels in your notebook that you have studied in this session and speak them with usual sound so that you can learn the vowels and their sounds. Second question, I am giving you pictures. You have to identify the picture and tell which is the vowel for these following pictures. Like first one, it's women. What in Hindi we call women? Women in Hindi we call aurat. So, o, u, ullu. It's owl. You have studied right now in this session. Ullu is owl. So, it's u. Then, mango. In Hindi we call it, yes, very right, aam. Aam, a is the vowel, that is swar here. Then rishi, that is sage. So you can revise all the vowels. You can write them or in your notebook and revise them again and again with their usual sounds. We'll study about consonants, that is vyanjan, in the next session, which are included in the Hindi alphabet, that is Hindi Varnamala. That is all for this session by now. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Happy learning. V-Learning.